Sharks are one of the most misunderstood creatures of the animal kingdom, and yet the film industry always portrays them as vicious man-eaters. So, let's take a look at the movies that made us fear what lurks below. Here are my choices for the top 5 shark movies. Let's start the countdown.
5.
Sometimes we get so caught up with the thrill of adventure, we often forget the dangers that lurk beneath the surface, as shown in the Australian thriller, The Reef. When a group of friends go on a sailing trip to deliver a yacht, disaster strikes when they hit a coral reef and their boat becomes capsized. When most of the gang decides to leave the boat and swim to the safety of a nearby island, they soon discover that they are not alone.
Okay, it's a shark. How big? It's big.
When a relentless great white begins following the group, fear quickly sinks in when they are slowly picked off, one by one. The survivors must either swim to safety or find a way to signal for help before they all meet a grisly end from the jaws of death. It has been said that you should never play God and toy with nature's creations, which is what the characters will learn the hard way thanks to the sharks in Deep Blue Sea. When an offshore research station tries to find a cure for Alzheimer's, they decide to use mako sharks as test subjects in order to extract the required enzymes. But in order to gain more of the said enzymes, the leading scientist decides to increase the shark's brain mass. However, the experiment goes terribly wrong when the sharks decide to rebel. It turns out that when the sharks' brains were altered, so was their way of thinking. The sharks begin demonstrating a higher level of intelligence as they fight back at our heroes by deliberately flooding the station and trapping them below the surface. With the sharks now roaming loose and with the facility being submerged, it becomes a race against time for Thomas Jane, Samuel L. Jackson, and LL Cool J, who promoted this film with his song Deepest Bluest. The only thing more terrifying than encountering a shark is being stranded in shark-infested waters. This is the scenario for one unfortunate couple in open water. While vacationing on an island, Daniel and Susan decide to go on a scuba diving tour around some coral reefs. But their adventure takes a dramatic turn when they resurface and find that the tour boat has accidentally left without them.
Daniel, where's the boat?
Stranded and floating 15 miles from shore, their situation goes from bad to worse when a swarm of sharks begin to circle right below their feet.
No, be still. Just splash around.
Paranoia soon grips the couple when they become sitting ducks, defenseless against the terror in the depths. Loosely based on the true story of Tom and Eileen Lonergan, Open Water portrays a tragic story in a disturbingly realistic manner that will put you at the edge of your seat from beginning to end.
I don't see it.
Are you okay? Are you
I don't know.
2.
Surfing has always been one of the most popular water sports, and a sunny beach with clear water and a lot of waves would often appear to be the ideal surfing spot. But sometimes looks can be deceptive, as we will discover when we enter the shallows. When struggling medical student Nancy arrives to surf at a secluded beach area, she has the time of her life and is putting her stresses at ease. That is until she is horrifically attacked by an unseen predator. After swimming to the safety of a rock barely above the water, Nancy begins her fight for survival when she realizes that she had stumbled onto the feeding ground of an abnormally large great white shark. By using her quick thinking and improvising, Nancy must find a way back to shore and escape this aggressive fish before the tide rises up. Filled with intense moments, suspense, as well as an impressive CGI-crafted shark, The Shallows is a must-see for any thrill-seeking moviegoer.
1.
While shark attacks in real life are rare, they can be devastating and make us very cautious when we enter the ocean. One of the most historical cases is the series of attacks along the New Jersey shoreline in 1916. This incident served as the inspiration behind Peter Benchley's book, which was adapted into the 1975 Spielberg hit, Jaws. Yep, you just cannot beat the original summer blockbuster that put the fear of water into audiences worldwide. When the beaches of Amity Island are targeted by a gigantic great white, the town's hydrophobic police chief makes it his mission to keep people away from the water. But the only obstacle is the town's mayor, who refuses to close the beaches and shut down the primary source of their summer income.
You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
And so, when the mayor foolishly takes the situation lightly and keeps the beaches open, the body count continues to rise. When the situation gets out of hand, the police chief enlists the help of a shark expert and a local fisherman in order to search the surrounding waters and kill the shark. But their search and destroy mission may be more difficult than they thought when the shark proves to be a worthy opponent.
That's a 20-footer.
25. 3 tons on them.
After becoming a box office hit and gaining critical praise to this day, Jaws became the one film that many, and I mean many, have tried to mimic in the hopes of gaining similar success. But so far, no film has even come close. So as far as shark movies go, Jaws is truly one of a kind.
My world's deep blue, killers gotta eat too.